Welcome, everybody, to the Anchor TV Sports Podcast, where we keep you up to date with the hottest news and hottest events in sports. And today, it's a very, very special episode. Very special because we have our very first guest. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Tim.
My name is Shane. Hey, how are you? And now
And
to
we got,
my right on my screen, we've got this
is it
man.
over here?
Tim,
Is it
point
here for
up.
me?
Point up, Tim. Point up. There you go.
Boom.
There you are.
Right here.
This man, he is the MC for your Providence Friars. He is involved with their content, and right now, he's an intern at the mayor's office. We've got Justin joining us here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, we're living, we're breathing. We're here to talk about sports. But
Yep.
before that, you're our first guest here, officially, on the Anchor TV Sports Podcast. Previously we had 3 members to this team. We had Isaac, he's in a greater place nowadays. And, it's just been me and Tim ever since. You're the first guest officially. So I wrote out some questions here for you.
Yep.
We're gonna bring you through these questions, and I want your honest, unbiased answers. You are involved with the Providence Friars, Providence College, but I want your unbiased as they can be without risking job security answers.
Okay.
So first of all, this isn't anything crazy. Why don't you give the viewers a little rundown of what you do with Providence Friars, what you do with them, the teams, a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the Rhode Island College audience. Providence is familiar with you, but how about Rick? Sorry about that. His camera cut. But here we are. Go ahead.
Now we good.
Go ahead, Justin.
Shout out to Zoom, man. Shout out to Zoom. Yeah, well, so first and foremost, I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. I have a lot of great folks at RIC, so great school, great environment, like what you guys are building over there. So just keep doing y'all thing, man. It's been a pleasure to watch you guys and be on today. So yeah, my name is Justin DaCosta, but professionally I go by Juju. A lot of people call me Juju or Jew or just stuff like that. I rarely go by my government name anymore, so it's just mad funny. But you guys know me as Justin, so
hey,
you know what I'm saying, so it is what. But people that know me back then, it's okay, you could do it. But yeah, so I am the MC in arena host for the Providence College women's basketball and men's hockey programs. I also do intern in the mayor's office at the Pawtucket City Hall. Shout out to my mayor that just won again because we eat dubs in Pawtucket, you know what I mean? But also speaking of Pawtucket, I also do have a lot of my hands full in there. Still doing a lot of great work with Shay and Tolman High School, public address announcing. I'm the founder of One Pawtucket, Instagram account that pretty much started as a passion project for me in high school that is now turned into a city mantra, something that the kids can get behind. And I've since passed the account down, now being in Friartown. But yeah, it's been cool. So I do a lot of things, but yeah, definitely proud to be at Providence.
Not to put myself over, a lot of people don't know. Hey, your main man right here. I designed the first logo for that account.
He did, man.
I'm taking my flowers where I can get them. I've been having that on my back for years. I'm getting it out there.
Bro, it started with TTN Sports, and I remember I hit up Shane. I was like, bro, I need a Tiger edit that's just gonna boom. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing, and that's where it started. Started with Tolman Sports, and then
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Costco guys.
No, please don't. No, we don't need to start this again. You did that all last.
But Justin, you haven't even seen it. We've just filmed the last episode. It's probably up by now. The whole episode, I'm booming, dude. The whole episode.
It's terrible. We got nothing done. Nothing was talked about.
He said not again. But yeah. So TTN Sports, right? I mean, I guess we'll just kind of get that portion of the story out of the way because realistically, I'm not at Providence if it's not for Pawtucket. I'm not at Providence College if it's not for Tolman High School, right? Just kind of the support was the biggest thing. I always knew I had talent. I always knew I was doing good things and stuff like that. But if it wasn't for the support, from my community, from my high school. Definitely a place that we don't really see a lot of people make it to higher situations. And like, very proud of myself, but also to like being able to go to Tolman with the PC logo on, and being setting that example, or just being at PC every time I step on campus. It's like, okay, this is a bigger purpose, right? So a lot of things went into being at PC, but it started with the 4 years, and 2 of them I wasn't even after I graduated. After I graduated, I was supposed to go to St. Francis College, St. Francis, Brooklyn, and I was supposed to be there, but I
Oh
ended up,
yeah.
yeah, so I ended up staying here at CC, and I was just defeated, bro. I was like, damn, like I wanted to go to Brooklyn. I was defeated. I didn't really do that well at CC, but the whole time I was like, okay, I had TTN Sports. I hit up the AD. I said, hey, let me just keep building. Let me just keep going. Because it was an account at that point that had like 1,500 followers or something like that. But there was like still something there. I was like, I felt like if I had abandoned it, it's just like, well, I'm doing nothing else but working in school. Like, I need something to do in my free time, especially giving up athletics, like stop playing. I was like, I got to do media. So I knew I was set on that. I did it. And then ironically, I was just talking about this the other day at work. St. Francis Brooklyn closed their athletics department the same summer I applied to Providence. So I would have been back here regardless, you know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
somewhere, you know what I mean? I would have had to transition. So I left CCRI. And basically the whole thing with Providence was I got a text from the head basketball coach at Tolman. And he's like, we're very, very close. Shout out. He's actually an advisor at RIC. Shout out to Mike Neal. It's my guy.
No, hold on. I got a bone to pick with Mike. We'll get into it. We will get into it. We'll get
So,
into
so,
it.
so Mike's my guy, man. He's the head coach at Tolman. He sends me this text, and it's a link from Twitter, and it's like, "Do you want to be the next MC in Friartown?" And he's like, "Hop on this." I'm just like, "Okay, like sure," but I don't think it's going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever. So send the email, and then they're like, "Okay, send an audition." They give me a script. I filmed the audition with the Tolman kids, like as like support stuff like that. Like, got them involved in the video. They liked it. And this was like, bro, I probably applied in April, doing stuff in May, June, and then I didn't get hired till October. So it was a
Oh
really
wow.
long process of like, I remember I went to Atlanta that summer, just a lot of stuff where I was just being consistent. I remember I showed up to the first, well, before that, they liked my audition tape. So then they said, okay, you're going to come in for an interview. And at this point, I'm 21 right now, but I was 20 last year. So I'm looking at myself, I'm like, this is big for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big step. Like, I kind of looked at it as just being in the room. I remember when I walked in for my interview, I was sick. Well, I wasn't sick, but like, regular job interviews, it's just one manager.
Yeah.
I walk into Providence, I'm looking at these facilities, I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, this is nuts, because it goes down to like, PCs are a professional basketball team. You know what I mean? Like, the Friars is a label. It's a standard here. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much different from any other college. It feels like a pro environment. So when I'm in there and they bring me in for the interview, there's like 7 people around the table. I'm like, I was in shambles. Like, I was literally stumbling over my words. That they literally started with, "Oh, introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself." I was like,
Oh
Oh,
god.
the
that's the worst.
worst. That's the
That's the
worst.
worst.
Mm.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, and what's crazy is like, I have a really great connection with somebody that also applied there, and I had felt that she had a little bit more like credentials than me and stuff like that, just experience. So I kind of walked, and she had an interview before me. So even before that, I'm coming in like, I don't think I'm getting this. But I go in and I'm just telling them like, hey, like telling them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what I do. I have experience at the high school level, but I also can like I see growth here. I can do this. You know what I mean? And it was an amazing interview. I actually like. It's funny to look back at the interview because I was like, I remember everybody around that table. I have such great relationships right now, but like I always thought, I was like, ah. But it was a great interview. I got a lot of like. I was able to show them who I was as a person, and I think at the end of the day, that's all that mattered as far as the hiring process. Because like at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, you can you can be nice at what you do. You can be nasty. You can be the best announcer. But if you're not a genuine person, if you're not a like genuine soul, like that's not gonna get you too far in life. You know what I mean? So they really liked that I was devoted, and they see that to this day. I'm just doing a lot. Still wanting to do more. So the interview went well, and they were like, okay, we're gonna bring you in for a live audition. So it was last year, first semester of college. So I went in last year, and it was at a volleyball game, and there was the 3 finalists. So I'm just like, dang, like I really want this at this point. Like I'm a finalist, like cool. I remember I went second. I felt good about myself, like cool. Then they're like, we still don't know. We're gonna bring you back one more time. I'm like, okay, like whatever, like cool. Like I go to a girls' soccer match. So now I'm like, okay, like, and that game my second audition, I got there early. Friar Dom's there, our mascot, like he's just there chilling. I'm like, took a little picture. This is when I got back from Atlanta. And then I like keep walking down where our soccer field is, and I just see Kim English standing there. And I'm like, are you Kim? Because at this point, he didn't coach. Like, he hasn't coached the game at this point yet. He's like, yeah. Like, he's just a humble dude. Like, he's just like, yeah. I was like, oh, like, I introduced myself. Welcome to Providence. Because at this point, like, he's from Maryland. You know what I mean? So I was like, welcome, telling him like I was here to audition. And he was like, oh, like I hope you kill it, and stuff like that. So like that kind of gave me a good confidence, and just having that conversation was cool. Coach is a really good dude. Like extremely, extremely good dude. I'm glad they hired him there. But the second tryout went well. And after that, they kind of wanted to have a multitude of MCs. So we were 3 finalists, but they wanted to have all of us play a role. They wanted to enhance game experience with men's hockey. They also wanted to enhance game experience with women's basketball. I mean, those are 2 opportunities to grow, because men's hockey is a top 10 team in the nation most of the time. And women's basketball, I mean, you guys see it, like it's literally just on the high rise, right? So like opportunities to grow. Men's basketball is its own thing. That was what it was for, though, like the audition, because the guy before, his name was John Hope Harry Grigsby. He did it for 16 seasons at the Dunk. So like when he stepped down, it was like, these big shoes to fill. So they ended up hiring another guy from Pawtucket. His name is Joshua Flanagan. He's one we call him Flanny though. He's one of my OGs. So he got hired for men's, and then they called me up, and they were like, hey, do you want we're gonna offer you men's hockey. And like I was just like it was a cool moment, man, because like at that point, once I left CC, I was like, okay, I'm not going back. I started one Pawtucket just in case, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna be there. Like I wanted to keep growing. So that moment right there was just like, dang. It was a really like emotional moment for me, because I had went through a lot of things from senior year up until that moment. It was just like it felt good to get a win. And then once you get a win, you just got to stack them from there, right? So like it was just a cool moment, man. And then after that, um, the girl that they actually offered, the person they actually offered the women's basketball job, she actually deferred and went somewhere else, and she's killing it right now. I think she's in like the Patriot League or something like that. But they offered women's basketball to me, and I was like, yeah, let's take on both. So I ended up now I'm taking on both of those things, and yeah, bro, that's kind of like the story, like leading up to that, and like where I'm at now. Now I'm in year 2. I feel so much more comfortable around there. The love, it's the energy, it's everything. Like, and just being in those spaces really opens your eyes to things. And like that first year, last year I was kind of like on cloud 9, but this year it's just like, okay, now I want to be here. Now I want to grow more. You know what I'm saying? But like, it all starts with Providence, and I definitely see myself growing there for quite a while. So it's been cool, man. It's been cool.
Yeah, no, I remember like when you posted like, hey, just got brought on as the Friars. I was like immediately, I was like, damn, like because I remember those conversations, bro. It was like, yeah, I want to do media, I want to do all this, like helping you with your page. Like it was like, damn, he's doing it, you know. And it's like
Mm.
seeing that, and I'm like, damn, that's fire. And I think I DM'd you like right away, like, yo, congrats, like that shit's sick.
Bro, I had the same reaction too. I saw that. I was just like, "Oh my God, there's no way." Someone
Yeah.
from my hometown I knew made it. And I was just, oh, I was so excited. I
Bro,
got
and like I was 20. So I have so much love for them, because like at the end of the day, I'm the college age, right? But that's what I use to my advantage over there. Like being able to have that relationship with the athletic department, but also the student body. I love everybody over there, and like being able to bring somebody like young as me. I'm the youngest, I don't want to say youngest hire in the athletics like history, but like I'm one of the youngest like people they've been able to bring on. So I definitely like carry that as a badge of honor. And it's just like it's just crazy, man. I love it.
I might have missed it. So you're going to Providence College?
No, so right now I'm just an employee with the athletics.
Okay.
But I'm actually planning on returning to CC to finish up my associates and then
Okay.
see where I go from there. But I'm definitely gonna stick around there, like for
I
sure.
gotcha.
Because like, bro, like just the acts like what I'd like to say about Providence is like the college is just so everybody's genuine there. Like when I meet a Friar fan, they're fired up. Like they love it. You know what I mean? Like they want to be there. That's the best part. From the security at Huxley's Gate to the people that prepare food to GAs to like students, undergrad, everybody. It's a collective effort, and the players obviously want to be there, right? So like, it's a great place to grow. So even if I do go back to CC, like I think the first thing that was holding me back at CC was I was like that Brooklyn cloud, right? Like I was like, damn, like couldn't go. Now I'm home. But if I go back to CC now, it's just like I'm still at Providence. You know what I mean? Like that having access and resources to just like lounges, stuff like that. If I wanted to take my work there, like something that's definitely in my mind. But bro, it's been major. It's been major. I love it.
I
Yeah.
think you got to come to Rick though. Rick's like right next door
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
Providence.
yeah. It's
Fucking
down the
Yeah,
street.
bro. It's like 8, 9 minutes.
dude, it's not
Not
even
even.
that. It's like
Not
2 minutes.
even.
A
Two
little
minutes by
traffic.
car. 2 minutes by car.
Oh, right now it might be a little 8 minute drive or the 2 minute drive. Nah,
Mm,
yeah, it's close. It's close.
With the
yeah.
speed bumps, you
Yeah,
probably,
Yeah.
but the
yeah,
rest of it's fine.
yeah,
It goes back to what you're saying though with like Providence Friars being like a big brand, like it's a big entity. Like I know, for example, I'm in Warwick a lot because my girlfriend lives in Warwick, so I'm in Warwick a lot. I'm walking around Warwick stores and there's like Providence Friars merch, right? And like big retail store, like I go into Target and there's a Providence Friars section. And
yeah,
like it's not far. It's Providence to Warwick. It's like 10, 15 minutes, but it's like damn, why am I walking around Target and I'm seeing Providence Friars merch? Or like for example, today I was in the paper store with her, right, in
yeah.
Cranston. And I'm like, damn, they have a Friars section. It's like it's beyond like school merch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
It's bro.
become team merch,
I
at
mean,
least in our little area.
Mm,
I think it's evident when you look at just the Amica Mutual Pavilion. Like you go in there, that's a pro hockey team right there that plays in there. And also you have the Friars. And you go in the team shop and it's Friars and it's Bruins. Like those two are neck and neck, they're the same thing.
yeah. And like,
Mm,
bro, I can't even tell you like for me, I do Schneider Arena hockey and I do alumni hall basketball. But you know, when I have those opportunities to like be at the amp for men's games sometimes, like just kind of like vibing with the students and stuff like that, man, like it's so weird because like we're just so used to sitting up in the nosebleeds at the dunk, watching the game, right? Like going in as a kid and like hearing the fight song and seeing Fire Dom, and now I'm just taking selfies with him. I got like my latest IG post was with like him. I'm just like, yo, like very surreal. Normal now because I'm like, it's a year two, but
yeah.
like so something I got a little pinch myself sometimes. I'm like dang, like it's because like you said, man, Friars, it's a brand, like and it means something. Like that logo means something to a lot of people in Rhode Island. A lot of people.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
talking about, you know, all these teams, this segues us right into our next question.
Hmm.
Um, if, you know, for example, take me, I don't follow Providence as much as, you know, I probably should. I don't know, I don't know what's going on, right? If I had to, across any sport, male, female, doesn't matter, if I had to pick one team to follow this next year, who are you recommending?
Women's basketball, man. Women's basketball, bro. Like, and it's not even because I'm the MC over there. It's really because I believe that like what Coach Erin Bath is doing. I don't know if you guys know who Coach Bath is, but she got hired at around the same time Kim did, the same year. And that's also what was good about bringing in new MCs after the other guy left. After Harry left, it was a new vibe. Two new head coaches for women's and men's. They're both black head coaches, powerful, bringing in new MC. It was a new energy around there because it was Cooleyville. You know what I mean? Like now it's like it feels good. So
Mm,
women's basketball is the team you definitely want to watch. They just got projected to finish third in the Big East, which is a pretty big deal because historically we haven't been really good. But we have a lot of great seniors and a lot of grad students on this team. Everybody has returned from last season. I want to say except for like one person, but they didn't lose a beat. Got the Xavier point guard, Scarlett. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to the whole team. Like, but Coach Bath, she is a fierce woman and they put a lot of time and dedication. And everybody's got to come to Alumni Hall to see some basketball, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got that next question because I don't even know.
Oh, you don't know about this?
I don't know about this.
All right. So this is fairly recent. I log on to Twitter and I see a post and it's from Barstool, and I'm like, all right, well they're talking about Providence, and it's of the student section, and I'm like, okay, I watched the video. There, some fan, I might have been a fan. I'm not familiar. Brought a duck to the
Wait,
student
what?
section. Dude, there was a live duck,
No way.
and he was like holding it up, and everyone's like cheering for it and shit.
Don Ducky.
Do you
Don
know?
Ducky.
Do you know anything about this? Can you give me
I
some
know the
insight?
duck. I know the duck. We
Oh
follow each
shit!
other on Instagram. All right, so let me tell you the lore real quick. So I was just as shocked as you were last night. So PVD Fest, you guys know what that is, right? Big
Yeah.
festival in Providence that goes down. I literally just recently worked that with Legacy Collective Rhode Island. It's a new nonprofit organization that just does a lot of great things with media. To sum it up, but I worked PVD Fest, was able to do videography. So I'm doing man on the street interviews, literally just interviewing people in Providence, and I see a duck. I'm like, okay, but then I'm gonna send you this video too. You can use this. This duck has a gold chain on. I'm like,
Hell
oh.
yeah!
Then he's got a bracelet on his little, whatever you want to call it, his foot. I'm like, so then the owner is just letting everybody hold him. I'm like, cool, like this is dope. One of my homegirls that was recording with me picks the duck up, and we're just taking selfies with it. Literally have selfies of this duck. His name's Don Ducky. I followed him that day on PVD Fest. And he's got crazy. So he's a service duck. So this guy actually registered him as a service duck,
Oh,
like a service dog.
I
Like a
gotcha.
service dog, but that's duck serving you?
Like this duck is certified in any building in the state. I think, like, like you can,
Yeah.
bro. Because Pete, so you're on Twitter with that. I'm leaving. So last night they had scheduled women's basketball and men's basketball home openers at the same time. So I was at Alumni Hall last night. Women's, we won by like 30 plus. Great way to set the tone. But I have the live stream on after my last MC read. So I'm looking at it and we're down like I want to say at that point we might have been up 2, but it was a okay game against Central Connecticut, but we just got a lot of things we got to clean up on the men's side of things right now. But they'll be fine. But it was interesting. So then Fox Sports just cuts to this shot. I'm on my phone literally, and I see one of our students. I think he's like a grad student or something like that. Literally just hoisting Don Ducky up in the student section. I was geeking out, yo. I was like, no way, because I know exactly who owns that duck. So I'm like, there's no way he got the duck into the amp, because that was what I was more concerned of. I'm like, how did you get the duck in the amp? And now nationally, it's just like, yo, Providence got ducks in their student section. But like, that was good lore that I was able to know. But when I seen Don Ducky in there, I was on Friars Twitter. They was tagging them. It was like, God bless that duck, because that's what got us that dub last night. Right after they showed it on Fox Sports, we ended up winning. Great effort. But yeah, bro, our students get crazy, man. Our students get crazy. I love it.
Iced out in the student section, just sitting there.
This duck's just iced out. I was talking to my boys about it earlier. Like, he was definitely like, what is going on? That duck was probably in shambles.
Duck had no clue what was going on, but hey.
He's just in front of mad students with beer and they're just going crazy.
He's just there to have a good time.
Yeah.
You want to take this next one, Tim?
This next one?
Mhm.
All right. We talking about what are we talking about? Men's or women? Both, whatever.
Either way.
Friars, right? Big East basketball. It's time. College basketball is huge. We're looking. Give me your predictions, men's and women's. How far are we going?
All right. So last year was one of those years for men's basketball where it's just like new coach, new everything, whatever. Still got Devin Carter. Amazing to watch up close, by the way. Crazy. Anything I've seen. But I was actually there that night in the amp. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Bryce Hopkins actually tore his ACL last season. So he tore it against Seton Hall. Remember that night? And you can literally just feel like the amp. Like, I've never heard that building quiet. He just at center force screaming. I'm like, oh no. Referee comes over. He's like telling the fans, like, yeah, I think the knee's cooked. From right there, that set the tone. I thought the Friars were going to the tournament last year at that point. And they still had a great shot. We were ranked 23rd that night, though. So it was like, okay, like, we're going to the 20. Took a couple of tough losses, just trying to get some like rosters. And, after Bryce goes down, it opened the door for Devin to get that lottery pick. I'll tell you that. Because it let Devin shine. Like Devin was always capable of that, but it let him shine for sure. So it was cool to see that. So we missed the tournament. So now I'm going into this season, whole new squad. Well, not whole new squad. Got a lot of still got Bryce Hopkins, still got Jaden Pierre, still got Corey Floyd, Justin Fernandez, all these returners that. But now it's like, okay, who's stepping up, right? So we got a lot of great transfers from the portal. I think we got Bensley Joseph, Kreese Sandaco. Bensley went to Miami. Miami, he went to the Final Four with Miami. So veteran guard that has been to the Final Four. Needed that. Kreese Sandaco played in the A10 URI's conference last year. He's with St. Joe's. Jabri Abdul-Rahim played at Georgia. Just a lot of Wesley Cardette averaged like maybe 17 a game at Chicago State last year. A lot of guys that are coming in that's just like, oh, like we have the talent, you got the size. So I want to say men's like with a great season, finishes 4th in the Big East, and then makes the tourney. And at that point, I want them to win the whole thing. That's just my guys. You know what I mean? I gotta support them. But I'm picking them to finish 4th. I think they were projected maybe 5th or 6th in the Big East, but I'll give it 4, hopefully 3. But I want them to go all the way. I'm a Friar guy. You know what I mean? Women's though, projected to finish 3rd in the Big East is big stuff because you guys know how legendary UConn women's basketball is. Yeah. So to even be at the top near them is dope, right? So like, we just want to win the tournament. We just want to make the tournament this year. Like, tournament is a great stepping stone. Like, it's a great thing to go off for Coach Bath, and it's just confidence. Both of these teams need to make the tournament this year. So
I hear you.
Kind of answers it. That would definitely be great to see for the program and for you.
Yeah.
Bro. Bro, that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
So sick.
All right.
So, I think we're good. I think we're moving on from college sports. We're going to pro sports now.
Let's do it, man. You know I like it. Let's do it.
First of all, first and foremost, the World Series just ended. I gotta hear your side. What you saying? What you saying?
Man, I didn't even know y'all was gonna have come with that one. Damn.
Context: Justin is a Yankees fan.
We're getting it out of the way. We're gonna finish. We're gonna get.
We'll get this out of the way. All right. We'll do it. I'll just keep it like this. Joe Kelly needs to stop running his mouth. First of all, he ain't do nothing. Secondly, man, it was such an interesting series, man. Like, and it's tough to be it's not tough to be a Yankees fan in New England, but it is, right? Like, it's not tough to be a Yankees fan at all because I can hang my hat on 27 of them. You know what I mean? Like, I can say that, but at the end of the day, I haven't really watched one, so I want to watch one, right? So when they beat who they played before Cleveland, it was I forgot who they played, but
the Tigers. Was it the Tigers?
Did we get Tigers? Royals, then Cleveland. So when they beat the Royals, I was like, okay, like easy matchup. When they beat Cleveland, I'm like, okay, this is like the most ideal playoff path to the World Series. Didn't see Baltimore, didn't have to see Houston, 2 of our kryptonites, right? So like, I'm going into it excited. Giancarlo Stanton hitting out of his mind. Juan Soto, I'm praying he comes back, but Juan Soto's Juan Soto. Garrett Cole's pitching good. It was a weird season because usually the Yankees hit the playoffs and they just die out with the bats. With the pitching. Pitching just literally craps the bed. And like, this was a year where the bullpen was pitching great in the postseason, and Garrett Cole was doing his thing, and Rodon like to a degree. Like, I wish he kind of calmed down a little bit, but it is what it is. Judge, you're the captain of the New York Yankees. You got to step up. Like, that's just literally how it is. But when we got to the World Series, I kind of looked at the Dodgers not as I looked at it as these are 2 giants. I didn't think anybody was an underdog, in my opinion. Like, obviously, more people are going to think.
I agree. Yeah, I was feeling the same way. No offense. As a Red Sox fan, I'm trying to see the Yankees fall all the time.
Right. It's the best feeling.
I was going full Dodgers.
Right, and that's the thing about Boston or Yankees. Like, when I see you in the World Series, I'm dying for you to lose. And so you know what I mean? Like, so when we get there, I'm like, okay, like, I really got to enjoy this. Last time the Yankees made the World Series was 2009. I was 6 years old. I don't really remember that. I remember wearing the T-shirt after, but I don't remember watching that. And it was just Yankees greats. And like, I think this would have been a special year. So game 1 happens. Aaron Boone puts Nestor out there. I'm just like, okay, yeah. And Freddie Freeman did the rest. So that was on Boone. Game 2, Game 3, they just outplayed us. Game 4, bullpen game. That's like what they did was the definition of a gentleman's sweep. That is literally what happened, realistically. Like I don't really pull punches or call it how it is. Like we relied too much on star power and not fundamentals, and it showed. It literally showed. I don't even want to talk about the fifth inning, but the fifth inning of Game 5 will probably haunt me for the rest of my life. Like,
I remember watching this game for the first 3 innings. And then I shut it up. I put it on a computer and I put it off to the side and did something else. I was like, it's 5-0. They got this. They got this in the bag. And then as that fifth inning is coming, I'm like, oh look, he dropped that ball. Oh look, he threw that into the dirt. And then boom, boom, bases loaded, 2 strikeouts. I'm like, they're getting out of it, those assholes. And and then Garrett Cole doesn't cover first base. And I'm just like, where'd all this baseball
bro, I
go?
was laying in that bed right there, bro, laying in that bed right there, watching this TV, and I'm just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like I've never seen anything like it at all.
Like 2 of those 3 plays are baseball fundamentals that you learned very early. Like the Judge one, keep your eyes on the ball, and then the Cole one, you gotta cover.
Yeah, bro. When it started with Judge, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, cool. Then Volpe. Then I'm like, okay, Bet's got a good jump on it on the ball. If we have a regular third baseman in there, the inning's over.
Probably.
I love Jazz, but they just, oh,
Yeah.
Jazz, you're an athlete. Go make the play.
Yeah.
No, that's not Jazz's fault either.
Never
You know
played
what I
base.
mean? And then the ground, like, it just looked like it didn't feel real. Like they were doing sequence didn't feel real. Like I thought the MLB had something to do with it. I'm just like, but this is Yankees baseball. This is what happens, and like it is what it is. That team had their minds on going on a flight to LA, and if we did push it to LA, there would have been a good chance.
Yeah.
But just thinking about all the mental mistakes and just everything they made, it was supposed to be 3-2 going back to LA in the Yankees' favor. You win Game 1, you win Game 5, you won the bullpen game in Game 4. But I mean, baseball gods humble you. That's what happens. And I think I literally said it right after they lost. You know, sometimes just that's life, man. You're not always gonna win. And I literally said, I think your sports team losing the championship might be worse than like if a girl broke up with me or like if my boy took my girl. I would take that any day over my team losing the championship because it's just
That's crazy.
it's
What?
like it's some sucker feeling.
That's
Bro.
a nuts
It might be a
take,
crazy
Justin.
take, bro, but it's
To be fair, the last time I remember a team losing and it crushing me, I think it was the Bruins in 2019 when they lost to the Blues. I needed a new phone after that.
Dude, mine was the
I was not
Celtics when we
happy.
lost to the Warriors, dude. That was
bro,
bad.
like you
That was
don't
bad.
even like it's bad.
Mm.
It's bad. Maybe I'm dragging it a little bit, but like it
hurt. It hurts.
it's
You
heartbreak.
make it all that way. You're following them for 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
You got playoffs and
Yeah.
every
Because if you lose, then if they lose, you're a loser, right? And like
Yeah.
I'm not just your average fan, bro. I'm posting final scores every night. So you know I'm rooting for them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a troll fest, bro. Like
Yeah.
but that's the life I choose, so it's whatever. It comes with it.
Do either of y'all go ahead, Tim?
I know. I'm saying he did choose to be a Yankees fan. That's on him.
That's
Hey,
On him.
God made me a Yankees fan, man.
do either of y'all watch the Pat McAfee show?
I love Pat.
Dude, did you see?
I can't keep up with it, but I do watch the clip. I see the clips.
Did either of y'all see Ty Schmidt as Hulk Hogan break down that Yankees game?
No.
I didn't see
Dude,
this.
I will send both you guys the clip or the video. It's on you. It's literally, I swear to God, I think I've went back and watched it like 3 times. It's the best 10 minutes ever. It's Ty Schmidt. He's doing a Hulk Hogan voice the whole time, and he's breaking down why the Yankees lost. It's the best.
Yeah, you know what's crazy that you bring up Hulk Hogan is like, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Hulk Hogan. But like, I was with my boys the other night, and I think it was nighttime, whatever. And like, usually we just watch like brain rot, like on Instagram, stuff like that. So it's just like funny clips, whatever, brain rot stuff. So I'm looking, and I see like a Hulk Hogan clip. I think he was at the Donald Trump thing, like ripping his shirt. I was like, what is America? Like, what's going on? So that happened, and it automatically unlocked the core memory for me when I remember this was the funniest video. Like ever. If I want to snot out of my nose, bro, that Shawn Michaels in person, Hulk Hogan, yo,
Dude, that video is awesome, dude.
bro, I showed it to my boy, and my boy don't even care about wrestling, but he was geeked out, yo. Like, especially the
I
part where
remember y'all would do that. Y'all would do that
Geek.
shit all the time.
It's so good.
brother,
Oh, brother.
yeah, like just
Jesus Christ.
crazy, yo, just crazy.
Oh, before I forget, my fucking bone to pick with Mike Neal, dude. Dude,
That's my
so
OG,
so you like you said, he's an advisor.
right?
He was my advisor,
Okay,
right? So he's my advisor last semester.
yeah.
We meet, tells me to lock in. I'm like, I know. And I don't hear from him again. Right? So this semester, I'm like, all right, I got to set up a meeting with my advisor. Like, as I'm like planning it in my head, I get an email. And it's like, oh yeah, your advisor change has been processed. So I'm like, what do you mean? I have a new advisor now. So I don't know if Mike is hating on me or something, dude. But like, what? Like, I don't know what happened.
Like, if you're watching this, dude, you gotta explain.
Is it something I said? Do you have anything to do with this?
Hey Mike, if you tapping, yo, like, so was that first good? Was that first meeting good though with Mike? Like, was it cool vibes?
It was fine, but I didn't think I said anything. Like,
Yo, Mike is my OG, yo. Like,
no, he's definitely a cool guy. I'm just
such a
fucking
cool
with him,
people's,
it's
but
like,
yeah, like Mike, you should probably like tap in with Shane again, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on.
well, past the past, I got a new advisor now, but I was like, damn, dude, like I barely talked to the guy. I feel bad, but whatever.
This advisor you got isn't talking to you either, bro.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm waiting for an email back. I'm like,
You-
what's
you-
going on?
you gotta hit up Rick.
I'm starting to think it's me, dude. Like, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing
You gotta
something
hit up
wrong?
Rick. You gotta let him know. You gotta let Rick know, man. You need an advisor.
Bro,
Yo,
I'm
Mike,
reading-
Mike, yo, show him my son, Mike, man. Mike is really like one of those people. Another thing too, like I said earlier, I'm not at PC if you don't send me that link. Like these people that just
Yeah.
look out for you, right? Like literally crazy, crazy. Like, and if I don't stay behind at Tolman after I graduate to get in that, like sometimes you just got to be patient. Like it's really in the pudding. Like you really got to be patient in your where you're at. I remember when I left CC. One of my football coaches was like, just be great where your feet are at. And I think I've always just taken that with me, like wherever I went, So it's been cool. But yeah, what's the next topic, man?
Next topic.
Hey,
We're talking about football now.
We're into football, baby.
Yeah.
NFL.
Let's go.
How close you following the football season this year?
So like, all right. I don't think it's any secret that I'm like the biggest Cam Newton fan ever, right? So like that's not a secret. So I've had a weird relationship with the Patriots since 2020. A really, really interesting relationship with the Patriots. And I think it starts with cutting Cam and giving Mac the job, and then it's just downhill from there. But I will say I have become the biggest Jalen Hurts fan. So, and that's not on him going to the Super Bowl or whatever. I feel like he carries himself like an ultimate pro. Like I just like who he is as a person, and like on the field, it reciprocates, right? Like that's a man that is like dialed in. He might sound like Shakespeare at the podium, but like yo, he's dialed, he's locked. And I think the biggest thing with him that I loved out straight out the gate was when he got benched at Bama. And then when he went to Oklahoma, I like those like gritty stories of like someone trying to like a chip on their shoulder. I truly believe he plays with a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? So I've been following the Eagles. My dad's a big Cowboys fan though, so it's a little shaky now sometimes. We're like, ugh. But big Jalen Hurts fan. But I've been following football still. I mean, my fantasy football team is 9-0.
Oh God, what?
I have never started perfect in fantasy. And you know what's crazy? I thought I was gonna lose yesterday, but I had DeAndre Hopkins. That was my last player. I was look at
you put DeAndre Hopkins in your lineup. No way.
Absolutely. I picked him up off the waiver wire, and I had two options. Keep in mind, this final score was 167 to 164, and I won. I'm in a Yahoo league, ironically with Scott Hamill. So I was playing Zach, a big Bengals guy. Bro, he had a great week from Burrow, great week from all these people. And my team's undefeated at that point, 8-0. He's 5-2. So like it's important to beat him. I do want to lose at some point. because I don't want to go into the playoffs and then lose in the quarterfinal. And I'm like, because
You know what's going to happen if you
fantasy, you can't control that, right?
Yeah.
So I literally thought, oh, this is going to be the loss. Cool. I'm down literally 27 going into Monday night. He's done, and I just have DeAndre Hopkins as my flex. So I knew the Hopkins move was going to be good. I don't know if you know who Rico Dowdle is from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Had him on my bench. He got 21 points, and I was like, damn, I'm going to really get – like, I still would have lost if I put Dowdle in because that would have been a 6-point loss. So I put Hopkins in because this was the second week in Kansas City, and Reed said he was going to get more involved in the offense. So I didn't even want to look at the fantasy score because I knew I had an opportunity to do something special. I had – who's my wide receiver one? Damn. He had a really great week. 28 points. And he played on Thursday or something like that. Hold on. This is bothering me, so I'm going to my fantasy real quick. I really have to check this.
Cameras have been cut.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, this feels like Shane on the pod, bro. Every single time.
Oh, Tim, my app is open and I am waiting. Do not worry. Do not worry. We will get into it.
Every single pod, this guy, he goes, hold up, I got this. Goes right to his phone, started looking out the fantasy. Bro, there was one time he showed the phone to the camera.
And he's not even on, yeah.
No.
So
It's
Garrett Wilson, great week at MetLife on Thursday. I think it was Halloween. 2 tutties, 9 receptions, 90 yards. So Hopkins has 5 receptions in the first half for 55 yards and a tutty. Now, I started tuning into the game last night because I'm like, if he can match that, Garrett Wilson got me 30 points. So if he can get another touchdown, a couple more receptions, and maybe 40 more yards, I have an opportunity to do something special. So gets 3 more receptions. Then second half, who'd they play?
Ooh, the Bucks.
Who the Bucks?
Bucks chewing the clock. It's raining. Even worse. I'm just like, oh man, like I'm pissed at this point. So starts throwing it to Hopkins once reception. I'm like, cool, all right, whatever. I didn't even check the score. Then they get down there, Hopkins alone 1-on-1 on a near side. I'm like, oh, you won't throw it to him. Throws it to him, boom. Literally puts me up 0.1 fantasy points. And then I think on that overtime drive, he got another catch that secured the dub for me. So, bro, 9-0. And what's crazy is people in the fantasy league group chat were trolling me throughout like Sunday night. They're like, oh, he's finally going down. So I was like, oh, watch this. But I don't like it, but I like it. You know what I mean? Like being under, like I'm always jealous of those teams that are really good in fantasy in my league. And I'm just sitting there at 4 and 5. But now I'm like, I'll tell you my team: Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Swift. And then, I can do B-Hop, Brandon Aubrey from the Cowboys, Eagles or Pittsburgh defense. Like I have weapons. So, and I drafted it right too. And I drafted Josh Allen and I traded for Hurts because he's my guy. But I mean, Hurts and Allen, it's like take a pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can use that.
But I've been really tapped in with football due to fantasy. So Chiefs will win the Super Bowl this year, though. I don't think that's any surprise to anybody. If anybody has a different take.
We made our predictions last semester.
Yeah.
We made predictions. Okay. I said Texans Lions Super Bowl. And it looked good, and it still looks pretty good.
It looked good until Diggs' knee went off the bone.
Now Diggs his leg fell apart, so now he's not
prime rib.
Tenderloin right there.
No, literally, it's bad. It's really bad.
So I've got the fantasy app open.
No. Hold on. I was gonna segue.
I'm ready to go.
Can I segue?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Joe, I don't know if you know this, but we have the segment on this pod called "Draw It Up," where somebody breaks. I'm gonna draw a play, and somebody breaks it down.
Cool.
Now, I need you to whip out your best commentary for the Saquon Barkley reverse hurdle. I'm gonna draw this up. And as I'm gonna need you to break it down.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, ready? Let's roll.
Is he carrying the ball?
Oh, he's got the ball.
Okay.
This is literally just his route. We start here. He's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Barkley's headed up to the right sideline. He's got the ball, charging through, right through the defense. He cuts back, spin move, Carson hops over him, crazy backwards hurdle. Oh my God, Saquon Barkley.
Dude, it looks
Gets
like
brought down by the defense. What an amazing stick figure.
dude, that's awesome. That's
Spin
him.
move.
That's him.
Dude,
He leaped all that way. He leaped from the sea to
look
the.
at that, dude.
Crazy play.
I don't see since we're not really confined here. I'm gonna do the Saquon Barkley hurdle on camera. Check
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let me move this chair out the way.
Yeah. Move the.
Rhode Island
Or-
College
or-
may be sending him a bill after this one.
No. He basically just went like.
Yep. That. Hey, you know what?
That
That's
was
what he did.
that was exactly that.
You know,
exactly like that.
Did you even?
Exactly
Did
like
you?
that.
How did you pull up the clip that fast? How did you just played the clip?
Nah, I got fast hands, bro. I got fast hands.
I love
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened. You don't even need to watch the clip now. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
we got
Good.
the breakdown. It was drawn up, and then I did it.
Yeah.
Boom, perfect.
Exactly.
Now we drew up the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary. That was great. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's on the previous episode.
That pod's up already, but
Yo, that
Yeah.
corner, I feel bad for that corner, man.
boy,
Yeah,
Tyreek,
we got
bro,
into
Tyreek.
that.
I
Yeah.
actually don't feel bad for him. I just
He
just
did
play
it to himself.
facts, and he got benched and left, but that's another story.
Gone. Wild. The NFL is wild. NFL is wild. Speaking of wild, trade deadline was today. You keep up with that?
So I saw that New York traded a receiver to
Can you see this?
Can I see what?
kind of somewhat. Let me scroll to
Hold
you.
on, hold on,
Okay,
hold
now I
on.
can see you.
Oh, he's still going fantasy. He's still going fantasy. Oh God.
Hold
Can you see this? Do you see the life I live?
Is that a loss for you?
That's a loss.
Guy
No.
lost. Guy
Wait, go shift a little bit more to the other side. No.
Dude, I'm 2-7.
Tough year.
That's a tough look. I'm 4-5 and 5-4.
I had
Like if you're 2-7, it's like, damn,
You ain't making the playoffs. That's for sure.
you're
dude,
done.
dude, I had Baker, Kareem Hunt, and K-Dot, right? I'm like,
But like 4-5 is such a typical season in fantasy. Like I always have 4 and 5 seasons.
yeah,
You hope to finish 8-5. Like you want to run the table
yeah,
or whatever it is.
dude.
But 9 and up, bro. I got people. I'm like headhunting, like now, like putting their best rosters together, trading people. I'm like, what's
When you get the guys at the bottom of the league trading up just to give good players to them, bro. Oh God.
Yeah,
I started
That's
out 5-0 when they did that.
That's
Now
what
I'm
Shane. That's
4.
what Shane's about to start doing in a couple weeks
dude, I'm shipping out the team for fucking Cash App, dude. Let me know.
for cash considerations.
Yeah, let me know for a few. Dude, I got my keeper already because we run a keeper league. Justin Jefferson's been on my team for like 4 years or however long he's been in the league at this point.
Bro, I just now that I'm 9-0, I might as well just try to run the table because now the next part of my schedule is teams that don't have good players. So
You there?
why not? Why not? Like at this point, it's just like why not? Let's do undefeated.
You're gonna be the laughing stock of the league if you drop in the playoffs. But hey, it's
Ooh.
worth it. It's worth it.
No, it is like that. You don't want to get all the way there and then just choke it.
It's like, what's the point?
Glory you can have. Think about the glory.
Right.
I ran the table. None of y'all can touch me. Hell no.
All right.
God.
Let's hop into this trade deadline. So we got 4 moves here. You know, obviously, there are more moves that we didn't get into. Like, for example, the Amari Cooper move isn't on this list just because it happened a few weeks ago at this point. What else is not on this list? Devontae Adams, his move wasn't on this list because it's been, a few weeks now. We've seen how that has played out, at least in the time being. But let's get into his list. So, Aiden Hutchinson goes down with an injury. Is he out for the season? Do we know?
It looked pretty much like he was out for
It
this.
looked like he's cooked. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, assuming
We're talking
Aiden
about
Hutchinson.
tenderloins.
Yeah.
Oh, he's absolutely cooked. Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that. He's done. Yeah.
So, assuming he's out for the season, the Lions, they go and pick up D-end Zadarius Smith. They go and they pick him up to add to that D line. They get him for what'd they get him for? They got him for a 2025 5th round and a 2026 6th round pick. Your thoughts? To either of you.
I mean, like, the Lions are my favorite out of the NFC, even though I'm a Hurts fan.
Yeah.
It's going to be Eagles and Lions, though. But I think with a little bit of help from referees, the Eagles are going to be in there. I'm not going to lie. Just something about the referees in primetime matchups. But that move specifically, I mean, they needed to fill that spot. They have an amazing defense, so that's my reaction to that.
Tim?
For sure. For sure. I mean, there's not much to say. It's basically next man up mentality, but maybe we don't have that next man, so let's go get that next man. That's basically what that was. Shout out the Browns for handing him over for pennies and popsicle sticks.
Yeah,
Bags
pretty
of
much
chips.
nothing.
That's clearly what's been going on with all these moves. Actually,
Oh my God, yeah. The
you get a sixth
Devontae
round pick.
Adams for a bag of chips.
You get a 6th round pick, and you get a 6th round pick. It's like, oh, cool.
And then the Cowboys had to trade, what was it, a 4th round pick for their guy? I
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
Mingo.
For Mingo, they traded like a 4th round pick.
Yeah,
for
he
texted
doesn't
my pops
appear on
this-
this list,
I
but
texted my pops this morning. I said, Jonathan Mingo, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. You got Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams, and what's his face? Thing moving. D Hop
yeah.
getting traded, and you end up with Jonathan Mingo. But shout out to Jerry Jones though. He's all in.
Speaking of
He's all in.
Speaking of D Hop, let's talk about him. The Chiefs acquired DeAndre Hopkins. You know, we had that amazing game the other night.
You
They
gotta
get
tell me.
him for a 2025 conditional 5th-round pick.
Yeah, see, like whatever move the Chiefs make draft wise, it doesn't matter. It's win now. We don't care
Yeah.
about what happens later. And it's evident. I am impressed though because being able to follow D Hop still had 1,000 yard season last year on the Titans. Coming off an 1,000 yard season, that's good. I think he was in an unfortunate situation in Arizona and an unfortunate situation in Tennessee. I still think he has a little bit left in the tank. I mean, you saw it last night. He's not that receiver that's gonna get like open and get space, but out in open field, you throw it up to him, he'll get it.
He's a deep ball guy. He's a red zone threat. He's gonna get you touchdowns and he's gonna get you catches inside
Yeah.
the yards. He's not
And
gonna
it's Patrick Mahomes, so like
he'll find him.
I feel
Yeah.
like we're nearing the point where, like, you know, where Julio Jones got into the late stage of their career. Like, we're not exactly there with DeAndre Hopkins yet, but give it a few years, I think that's where we're here.
maybe like next season. It's sad to watch though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's gonna happen. These players are in the league for so long, but it's like he's still playing phenomenally, or you
Yeah.
know, up to a good standard, to where
Yeah.
it's worth, you know, go and pick up. Who doesn't want to get DeAndre Hopkins? It's a 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're, like, not to hate on these guys. I don't think you're finding anybody like DeAndre Hopkins in the next draft in the 5th round. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So it's
Not at
like, for the Chiefs, you obviously want to do that, and yeah, it is win now for the Chiefs. I feel like I don't ever see them being like, yeah, we're gonna save for the future. Like, what the Chiefs are always in win now mode as far as I can tell, and you know, DeAndre Hopkins going to pick him up. I feel like that's a no brainer. Same thing for the Bills. Amari Cooper. I feel like they got him for like nothing, dude. You go and you pick up Amari Cooper because, you know, the Bills, they're trying to win now too. You know, their team has seen better days as far as roster. You know, Diggs leaves. James Cook, though, he stepped up into his own. And then, you know, you really need that wide receiver because Gabe Davis leaves as well. You need that wide receiver. You know, you can only hope Amari Cooper. So having said that, he's now injured, I believe. Amari Cooper. I don't remember if he played.
I was unaware of that because
Amari Cooper. I think I saw that Amari Cooper's injured. Don't hold me to it, but I believe he is injured or he is dealing with an injury. He's not 100%.
Right.
Yeah, we're all dealing with something.
Exactly. A little extra on the Chiefs here. We are officially halfway through the year. Do we think they are staying undefeated?
No, not in today's NFL. And their team doesn't even look. Their team finds ways to win, and it's cute. But like everybody's gonna have an off week. Everybody's gonna have a.
I'm gonna say they look like a 5-4 team every time they go out there. They look 5-4.
But like you could say the same thing about the Eagles. They just win ugly. These teams know how to win, but they win ugly. You know what I mean? Like
teams know how to win. That's just how it is, I guess.
that's all. At the end of the day, as long as the number is going up in the win column, that's all that matters in the NFL.
Like I just keep going back to that very first game that they played all year, Chiefs Ravens. Likely stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
They were.
Are you guys big Drake May guys?
Hey, you know, here's my take, and I'm a casual Patriots fan at this point. I haven't really like invested a lot of time into watching Patriots. I'm usually working during when the games are on, so you know, don't have a lot of time. Anyways, enough with my excuses. Drake May, I've seen flashes of greatness and excellence. He's a rookie. Do I think he should be starting? Not really, but it's Drake May or Jacoby Brissett. It's not like we have, like a Joe Flacco. You know what I mean? Where you can turn to your next guy and be like, hey, go lead the team. Jacoby's fine.
Yeah.
He had a good year with, I forget, the Browns.
Yep.
Yep. He's fine. Perfectly fine. I do wish Drake would get a little bit more time on the bench, just watching and taking it all in. But for what I'm seeing at this point, he might as well. He's playing well.
And the way I look at it is just like, you brought him in to sit behind Jacoby. The only reason why you signed Jacoby was for Drake to sit behind him. The only thing that makes sense, if Jacoby Brissett was getting killed by this offensive line, and you already have your rookie quarterback in concussion protocol in his like 5th start, put him on the bench.
Yeah.
And get in line on the Travis Hunter sweepstakes. Like, what are we really doing?
I am notably anti-Drake May. From the beginning, you could go back to last year's podcast. I was so against the Patriots taking Drake May. I was all for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels was definitely their better pick, and we're seeing it now.
I was high on Jaden Daniels from the beginning. Yeah. I wanted them to, if Jaden Daniels was going to have to go too, which I think he was, I would say, you give up Judon.
And they ended up doing it anyways.
Yeah.
What did they get for Judon? A 4th?
Yeah, we didn't get much.
Put Judon in that third overall pick in the trade, and maybe the Commanders say yes. It's worth offering. I think they might have offered it.
Yeah,
but
maybe. We don't know what happened.
I would have sold my soul for Jaden Daniels. It's a new coach. You gotta get somebody who can match that. And I think Rod Mayo, I think he wants to have a mobile quarterback. Drake May had 100 rushing yards, almost 100 rushing yards for the Titans.
Yeah, this would have been frowned upon, but even a Penix, he's already 24. Like, I mean, very frowned upon, but like, honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. He's just coming off that natty. Well, I mean, not the natty, but you know what I mean. Playing in the natty
appearance. Yeah. I would have taken a Penix.
So like, I look at it, it's just like, and if we're keeping it a whole buck, like, Patriots have how many wins this season? 2?
Big 2.
And they won the first one because Jacoby Brissett was starting, and if I'm not mistaken, they won the second one because Jacoby Brissett came back and won that game. So if Patriots fans want to win, they clearly haven't gotten any wins against very bad opponents. That Jacksonville game in London was terrible. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Drake's not ready, but there's just no receivers. There's no options.
I think we have a case of the Tom Brady syndrome, and I'd like to explain that. So the Tom Brady syndrome, in my opinion, this just came to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we keep trying to find this quarterback who's going to come in and be Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because, Tom Brady notoriously comes off the bench and he's very good. So we're drafting all these QBs. You see it with Mac Jones. You see it, Cam Newton even. He comes in. Now it's Drake May. We bring these players in and we just go, here you go.
Be Tom. Right.
Go be Tom. And it's like...
You count on one hand how many people are at that level. You got Tom Brady. In today's NFL, you got Patrick Mahomes.
Up until last year and 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. I would say maybe Lamar, and that's it.
Lamar on a good day.
Maybe even Josh Allen.
But that elite level.
These are questions. There's undoubtedly Patrick Mahomes is there, and then you can ask questions about the rest.
Yeah.
You're looking, and Patriots fans have been used to seeing greatness for the past 20 plus years. You come in now, and it's like a mediocre quarterback looks terrible in comparison.
Yeah.
So who do you guys want to see them draft? Number 1 pick.
Travis, not the number 1 pick. I really hope they don't have number 1, but Travis Hunter. If they get number 1, you trade down and take Travis Hunter.
Okay.
Because I don't care who it is. Give me the best receiver on the board. We need a receiver because your quarterback is only going to be as good as your best receiver. In most cases, Josh Allen is kind of an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But we don't have a clear-cut wide receiver. Wide receiver 1.
Yeah, you need somebody with style. You need someone that just plays his butt off, and it's always a great time in Colorado. So you just gotta draft the Colorado boy, man. Come on,
got the Deion shades.
Got the Deion shades, man. We coming. I've been a big Colorado fan, Shador fan. I would love to have Shador instead of Drake May, but it doesn't work out like that. So it's whatever.
If we did what I wanted to do in the beginning, I said take Marv.
Yeah, I remember
Take
this.
Marv, and then you can run, and then you can get a quarterback next year.
Bro, take Marv, let Jacoby play a year, then take Shador this year. Let's take Drake May now. I get it.
I get it.
Let's risk it on a guy who plays in the ACC. Like, come on.
No,
Oh.
that's the big thing right there. Yeah.
Why you risking
It's
a guy
crazy.
who plays in North Carolina? Like, come on.
Let's
Yeah,
speed on past this, this NFL trade deadline. Not to cut everybody off here. We are running a little low on time, so we're going to speed on past this. We're going to get everybody out of here, The NFL recap. We're going to recap a little bit of Week 9. The top stories coming out of Week 9. By the time you're seeing this, Week 10's already happened. As it stands, Tuesday night, election night, trade deadline night, Week 9 recap. Here we go.
Emphasis on night. Emphasis on the night.
Oh, yeah. What time is it? It's 11:49 p.m.
Shout out to the boys, man.
Hell yeah. So we already touched on it a little bit. Chiefs-Bucks overtime win goes to the Chiefs. Great performance from Mahomes, great performance from Kelsey, great performance from D-Hop, all around. Great performance from the offense. Your thoughts?
Chiefs just continue to roll, man. Finding ways to win. Very impressed. Modern day Patriots.
Agreed. I think the bigger story is the Cowboys and
Yep.
how far they're underperforming. The big question on my mind, at least, is it time to maybe sell the house? Is it time for a change in Dallas?
I think it is time for a change in Big D. I'm not gonna lie. They need to just rebuild, man.
How long has Dak been there? That's a big question.
Yeah.
How long?
Like
Yeah.
10 years, dude.
Yeah.
Feels like it, dude.
And he was superstar in CD, and that's what's more unfortunate. He's going to be a great pickup for whatever organization he goes to,
Oh my
because he's
God.
not going to be in Dallas for much longer.
It just comes down to how many years does Dallas want to do this, where they either A, are great in the regular season, comes the postseason, they just drop the ball.
Yeah.
Or we have a season like this where it's just kind of not great all around. It's like you have the same players, or mostly all the same players. I know there's been a little bit of discourse at the running back position over the years. Zeke leaving, coming back. Rico Dowdle is really stepping up. But it's hit a point where it's like, if you're the Cowboys, it's not working at this point, right? Like, it's like,
It's not working.
at what point do you either A, sell the house, including CD, get everybody out of there, just restart, redraft, not restart, but like pick a few players, fully rebuild around them. For example, CD Lamb, if you want him to be your guy, leave him there, go scout some quarterbacks, but Dallas needs something.
Yeah.
And you know who else needs something? These New Orleans Saints. They go down to the Carolina Panthers this week and then fire their head coach. Speaking of going down, Chris Olave injured during the game. I believe he didn't play most of the game.
Yeah, he was out. He was out early.
Yeah. So if you're the Saints, is it panic mode after losing to the Panthers, or is this just a bump in the road and you're back to normal? And if you're the Panthers, is this something to celebrate about, or is it just lucky win? Maybe even something not to celebrate about because you win and now your draft chances, not as good. Thoughts?
Look, I mean, I see like it's a bump in the road. That's how you have to treat it. If you're the Saints, like clearly the receiver position, the wide receiver position is an issue right now.
You see what Michael?
But it's got to be.
Too. It's Michael Thomas trash talking his own.
I saw that. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like Carr kind of has a history with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's professionals, so like,
yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to tell. But I mean, Saints, you just got to move on from it. Move on.
Definitely. And then the last big question right here, the Indianapolis Colts. Who do you go with? At quarterback, you go with Flacco or you go with Richardson?
I think you go with Flacco, and I think it's just because Flacco brought the Browns to the playoffs last year. He has experience. If you're in win now mode, you go with Flacco. I mean, Richardson's clearly not ready. I mean, you're not a starting quarterback and saying I need to play out. Like, no, that's not good. It's not a good look for your organization, not a good look for your team. And honestly, when I was seeing him dab up his teammates at the end of the game. It just gave me Bryce Young vibes. And like, yeah, he'll play again for sure.
Yeah.
Do I think he's the future of Indianapolis? Who's their number one wideout besides who's a wideout besides Pittman?
Josh Downs is really coming into his own.
Josh Downs is a good player. Yeah.
Alec Pierce was pretty strong there. Pittman is. I don't know what happened at Pittman. Maybe Pittman's just, not getting. Maybe Pittman's been covered strongly. Maybe he's not getting enough targets. But Pittman's kind of.
At this point, if there's anybody that can take a bump to the playoffs, it's Joe Flacco. So I think you try to get to the playoffs with Flacco. If it doesn't work out, you put Richardson back in for the season, and then you go draft somebody.
Oh, for sure.
I agree. Now,
I was gonna. Do you want to take? I mean, I was gonna move on to little hoops.
We got 10 minutes.
Let's sneak that in.
Yeah. How closely are you following the hoops this year?
So yeah, I'm a big Thunder fan. You guys know that. Upsetting season last year. Actually, no, not upsetting. Very over exceeding, right? Like 10th place a couple years ago, first place last year. Needed that playoff experience, but I just don't think there is another genuine connection from the game of basketball other than what OKC is doing right now. I think they're going to go on a special run. Even if we lose to the Celtics in the finals this year, I think it'd be a great stepping stone for things to come with SGA and the boys. Just what Sam Presti has done with the organization. And I know this is my favorite team, so I'm going to just start chatting. But what Sam Presti has done in a quick turnaround rebuild is unbelievable. Fleeced the Clippers. Absolutely fleeced them. SGA, 5 first round picks that you currently see on the court now. Chet, J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort's there, bro. Hartenstein, Caruso, man, we going to the finals this year, man. Bank on it. But the NBA, it runs through the East and the Celtics, though. I'll give them that.
I'll see you there, baby.
We're running low on time, right? We're running low on time. So what we're going to do, I want you to build a house with each of these teams. I want you to give me the ceiling that they got and the floor that they got, seeding-wise, playoff-wise, whatever you got. We're going to each team, and we'll see what you think.
Quick fire. We need them fast as possible.
Cool.
Celtics.
Finals or bust.
Nets.
Play-in.
All the teams. Knicks.
Play-in ceiling.
What do we got for the Knicks?
You got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
76ers.
Just win a playoff series.
Raptors.
You got to be in that top 6. Win a playoff series. That's your ceiling.
Bulls.
They just suck. Like, get a lottery pick.
Yeah.
Cavs.
Surprise people. I think ceiling is like a semifinal.
Pistons.
Next. Pacers.
Hey, they
same with the Knicks. I think if you sneak into the Eastern Conference Finals, it's great.
They beat the Celtics. I mean, hey.
All right.
Bucks.
That's another team too. You got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I know there's a lot of teams, but
a lot of teams with a lot of pressure on them right
now.
Mm-hmm. The East is strong.
Hawks.
Win
a playoff series. Why not?
Hornets.
Get another draft pick.
Heat. It's rebuild time.
My time to blow it up. Yeah.
It's not Magic. That's my dark horse.
Winning a playoff series. I'm banking on that.
Wizards.
Poverty franchise.
All right. There we go. Let's move to the West now. Mavs.
Is Clay gonna work? Second round exit. That's your ceiling.
Woo. Rockets.
Get a draft pick.
Grizzlies.
If Ja can play a full 70 games, they're gonna be a top 5 seed in the West.
Pelicans.
What is going on?
Lonzo Ball, baby. That's what's going on. Lonzo Ball legacy season.
Lonzo's on the Bulls, buddy.
Fuck. Whatever. Ignore it.
We'll keep going.
Apply that to the Bulls.
Spurs. Tank. Get Wemby another star. I want to see Cooper Flag and Wemby together.
That's a good call out, actually. Nuggets.
You can't shoot the 3 anymore. So first round exit.
Timberwolves.
I don't understand the cap move. Maybe Western Conference Finals, maybe.
I mean, it makes more sense, I would say, for the Timberwolves. You know, you can spread the floor a little more instead of Gobert and
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the Thunder.
This year, Western Conference Finals, but you can get to a finals.
Blazers.
I want to see another draft pick. Tank.
Jazz.
Mediocre. Yeah, just start. It's the Heat. The blowed up.
It's the Western Conference Heat. Warriors. Is it time
Curry,
to
how
move
much you
on?
got left?
Is it time
Playing.
to move on from Steph?
I think it is, but the play-in is their ceiling.
Clippers.
Time for another lottery pick.
Really?
Blow
Really?
it
With
up.
Kawhi and Harden on that squad?
Harden's a LOL.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that team for last. Suns.
Suns, they could make the Western Conference Finals if they get everything together.
Definitely. Kings.
Dark horse.
I honestly think my dark horse is actually Lakers.
It's over.
Really?
It's
They
over.
look good this year, I gotta say.
82 games, long season.
They look really good. JJ Redick putting in that work.
Yeah.
I do like JJ Redick as a coach. I do like JJ.
Looks really good. Hey, that was record time though.
All right, and speaking of record time, we've got we got 3 minutes left on this countdown, gentlemen. So
I got 4 minutes on mine. What you talking about?
well, either way,
We're still living time.
we got week 10 quick fire predictions. We're gonna run through the schedule. Tim, I hope you have it up. If not,
Yep. You ready?
No extra content, no context. Just names.
Yep. Bengals, Ravens,
Ravens.
Giants, Panthers,
Panthers, back-to-back.
Giants.
Patriots, Bears,
Bears. The Bears.
Yeah,
Niners, Bucks,
Niners.
Broncos, Chiefs,
Chiefs.
Bills, Colts,
Bills.
Vikings, Jags,
Vikings.
Steelers, Commanders,
Give me the Steelers.
Commies, bro. What?
Falcons, Saints,
Falcons.
ATL, baby.
Titans, Chargers,
Titans.
Superchargers.
Titans.
Jets, Cardinals,
JETS.
Yeah.
Eagles, Cowboys,
Fly, Eagles fly.
Eagles, yeah.
Lions, Texans. That's my Super Bowl right there.
There you go. Week 10.
Lions. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
Dolphins, Rams.
Rams.
Dolphins.
And that is it.
That is gonna do it.
We rolled through that rapid fire.
There you go. That's gonna do it for this episode of the Anchor TV Sports Podcast. Justin, Juju, whatever anybody wants to call you. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for being on the episode.
Bro, it's been a pleasure, man. You guys are doing some great work at RIC, man. Everybody else, man, check me out on IG at Ju1Love. Pop out to Schneider Arena, Alumni Hall. Check out your Friars out, man. All in this together, Rhode Island, man. Let's do it. Appreciate you guys, man.
Definitely.
Of course.
Hey, and all you people out there watching, I want you guys to have a good day. Nay, have a great day. No, not even that. I want y'all to have the best day ever. Go out there and smash whatever you have to do. Anything on your to-do list, done. Finish it. Anything on that goals list of yours, done. Bucket list, get them up there. Everything. That bucket list is going to be checked off in the next week. We doing everything. Let's go, right? Everyone out there have a perfect day. And I will see y'all whenever we get the next podcast up. Peace.
Go Friars.